Hi, Taehyung Lovers. Welcome back to the Taehyung Lovers Channel, a place where Kim Taehyung fans from all over the world gather not only because of his visuals, but because of his friendly attitude, humility, and deeply human nature. Here, we talk about a man who's been named the most handsome man in the world time and time again, yet still bows his head when meeting anyone, no matter their status, no matter their profession. Kim Taehyung treats everyone with the same heart. Recently, Taehyung shared a simple yet deeply moving moment when he met a driver who gave him a small gift, and how Taehyung was the one who felt touched, smiled, and proudly shared the story with all of us. Not to show off, not for image building, but out of sincere gratitude. In this video, we will discuss several key points. 1. Kim Taehyung as a major cover model for 2026. 2. Why his humility makes the world fall even more in love with him. 3. And why Taehyung is not just an idol, but a global phenomenon. So make sure you watch until the end. And if you are truly a real Taehyung lover, don't forget to write your thoughts in the comments section, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss a single update about Kim Taehyung. Because one thing is certain, the story of Kim Taehyung is always deeper than it appears. December 2025 has made many people irritated, even angry, not because of a scandal, not because of controversy, but because Kim Taehyung once again proved something the industry finds hard to accept. When some celebrities chase the spotlight chases Taehyung, captured in a simple setting, warm lighting, without a grand stage. These moments instead triggered an explosion of global reactions. Why? Because in an era of fake images, authenticity becomes a threat, and Taehyung is authenticity itself. In those portraits, Taehyung appears calm yet sharp, wearing a brown hat with the letter A, thin metallic frame glasses, a neatly draped dark outer layer, and a softly glowing green knit underneath. A combination that looks casual, yet fully controlled in its aesthetics. No excessive logos. No showing off. That is precisely where the tact lies. Visual psychology works quietly. Green brings calm, brown evokes warmth, and clean silhouettes signal confidence that doesn't need to shout. This is not coincidence. This is a language of fashion spoken softly, and the world listens. What amazes me most about Taehyung is not the number of magazine covers he has graced, but how effortlessly he transforms himself each time. No photo shoot ever feels the same. He transforms, adapts, and leaves a distinctive, unforgettable impression. This sentence has circulated widely among editors and global fashion observers. It is not empty praise. It is professional recognition. Taehyung is not merely photographed. He tells a story. Every gaze is a narrative. Every silence a statement. That is why, when many popular figures feel repetitive, Taehyung always feels new. The big fact, Vogue Japan, data and momentum. And now the fact is undeniable. V will be the next star to grace the cover of Vogue Japan February 2026, with a reveal of his creative identity on December 24th. A symbolic date that unites year-end reflection with the birth of a new vision. Taehyung for Vogue Japan. For some, this is just a cover. For the industry, it is a signal of shifting power. From noise to substance, from sensation to meaning. Vogue Japan is known for being strict, curatorial, and conceptual. If they choose Taehyung, it is because he meets the standard, and even surpasses it. Weverse Live and the Taxi Story. Recently, Taehyung held a Weverse Live that was completely unglamorous, and that is exactly what made people fall silent. He shared, "My taxi driver, a middle-aged man, turned to me and said, 'This is a surprise gift. Think of it as a Christmas present. It's Turkish chocolate.' No script, no dramatization. Kim Taehyung came simply to share that small happiness. He praised the driver's kindness, not himself. At that moment, many viewers felt struck, even embarrassed, because in a world that often forgets to say thank you, a superstar teaches the most basic value, respecting another human being. This is the part that makes some people uncomfortable. Taehyung is kind to everyone. He does not discriminate. He does not look at status cameras or benefits. For an ecosystem accustomed to hierarchy and distance, this attitude disrupts the order. Because if a star as big as Kim Taehyung can remain humble, what excuse does anyone else have to be arrogant? Public psychology works hard here. Admiration mixed with self-reflection. And that mirror is not always pleasant. This is what he calls small but certain happiness. No matter how famous he is, Kim Taehyung remains grateful for small things, which are not small at all. He was touched by that chocolate and immediately shared his joy. This sensitivity, his personal way of living with care and gentleness, makes the world around him more human, warmer, and more real. Taehyung is not someone you can imitate quickly, because what he has is not a technique, but character. Now it's your turn. Is sincerity still relevant at the peak of fame? Or is it actually the most dangerous power today? Simple photos, a prestigious Vogue Japan cover, and a chocolate story from a taxi driver all lead to one undeniable conclusion. Taehyung is not chasing moments. He is creating meaning. Thank you, Taehyung lovers, for watching this video until the very end. That means you are not just a viewer, but part of the Taehyung Lovers family. Never get tired of watching the Taehyung Lovers channel, because here we continue to deliver news and stories of kindness about Kim Taehyung, without hoaxes, without excessive drama, and without exaggerating facts. Only real stories about an extraordinary human being named Kim Taehyung. Before you go, we want to hear your voice. Write your opinion in the comment section. Do you agree that this is a true definition of a world-class star? Or do you have a bolder perspective? The world is listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell, because the story of Kim Taehyung is not over, and we will discuss it all together on the Taehyung Lovers channel. See you in the next video.